Also, beauty. Let's don't leave out beauty. Snow White is fundamentally about beauty. And one of the...
Of course!
This is the kind of thing that makes me respect Jeremy.
Where Disney is now with the Marvel movies versus where they were with the original Marvel movies.
Right.
So the comparison I like to make often is Captain America versus Captain Marvel, and why Captain Marvel bombs. I mean, the first one I think did decent, and then the last one was their worst ever. And why Captain America helped create the MCU and this big movie empire. Captain America is a scrawny, weak man who desperately wants to fight for his country, so much so that he's trying to lie to trick his way into the army. And then they have that scene where it's Jack Nicholson's character. I don't know, it's Tommy Lee, not Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want this scrawny guy. I want strong guys. And he throws the fake grenade. And then it's the scrawny, weak Steve Rogers who jumps on the grenade to save everybody else. Amazing scene. What is the ending of Captain Marvel? She was a woman who always had the power, but a man was keeping her down and kept telling her to check her emotions. It's a caricature of what feminists think being a woman is.
Well, that's what.
And so those of you who are more in line with the actual comics, it has to be very different. The Captain Marvel Brie Larson that we have has to be very different from the Captain Marvel from the comics. Like I mean, obviously I know that they swapped it, but still. Shout out to Dillberry, welcome to the party. Said Captain Marvel sucks because the writing is bad, not because it's woke. Absolutely. Well said. I think so many people just go off and assume that if you don't like Captain Marvel, that you're sexist, you're misogynist, you're this, that. You're like, oh, you're just going along with those people. It's like, bro, no, it's a shitty movie. It's a shitty character. There's no arc. There's no story. It's just girl is amazing, but the man's keeping her down, and then the man doesn't keeping her down, and now she gets to be her full girl boss self. Nobody cares.
What happened in Snow White as well. And you had Rachel Ziegler talking repeatedly about how the new story was going to be about how Snow White became a powerful figure just like her father always wanted. And I remember she said that, and I was like, oh, we're going to cover this for Post Millennial. Let me dig back and see what happened. That's not in the Grimm's fairy tale. It's not in the original Snow White.
Fierce, fair, brave, and true, I think is what she said.
But she also was talking about the father and doing all this stuff, and the father doesn't appear anywhere. But the other thing, too, is that basically what Disney did was give Snow White the Wicked Queen's plot. The Wicked Queen is the one who goes after power. She's the one.
So as they're kind of talking about the Wicked Queen, I completely agree, Guamtech, that Captain Marvel was better when Carol Danvers was Miss Marvel. She was at least a C-list hero, but everyone respected her. And I think that there needs to be layers to a universe like this. There needs to be layers. You need to have your main people, then your side characters, and then, like you're saying, your C-list people that fill out the universe. And then on the other side, it has to be the same thing as well. And like the movie just didn't do it. Just didn't do it. And this is exactly the same kind of thing that she's about to talk about.
Appear anywhere. But the other thing, too, is that basically what Disney did was give Snow White the Wicked Queen's plot. The Wicked Queen is the one who goes after power. She's the one who is driven by avarice and jealousy. And they gave that to Snow White. They made two villains in that story. They obliterated the heroine, and they told little girls love and kindness and caring for other people. That's not what you should strive after.
That's bad. You are weak. And you are a loser. If you are anything feminine. Most of my media said, let's not talk about Disney. It goes back to a video and they're talking about Disney. No, I said, let's not get lost in Marvel. All right. Run back the tape. I knew they were talking about Disney. Gontek says she was the one rogue got her super. She was the one rogue, got her super strength and flight from after straining her too long. Fair enough.
What you should strive after is to be, a bitchy, evil queen.
A girl boss.
A girl boss. And everybody knows that after we see them all on TikTok, those girl bosses, they're miserable.
Also, beauty. Let's don't leave out beauty. Snow White is fundamentally about beauty. And one of the
this is the kind of thing that makes me respect Jeremy, is that you would think that this is definitely a true statement about the notion of beauty, but knowing that, like, hey, this is just as much a part of the story, the original story, the not just the feminine aspect, but the visual beauty that was a part of the story being told, and that beauty in and of itself is something that people should ascribe to. You should want to be beautiful as you can be. You should want to create beauty in whatever way you can. But everything is amazing takes away that notion, and it demonizes beauty. Yeah, I mean, talking about demonizing beauty, god damn.
things that's challenging, one of the things Ziegler said is, it's not 1939 anymore. And it's true. Snow White wasn't written in 1939. It's an ancient fairy tale. It was preserved by the Brothers Grimm, but it probably goes back hundreds of years, even before the Grimm writing. And what is it?
Well, it sounds like he's about to say this. I did listen to this in the car at 2.7, but I was driving and I didn't forget the whole thing. So I have a good idea of what is going on, but if I just say something and then it comes up, I'm letting you know that I did hear it, but I don't remember it, so I'm not trying to make myself seem cool. But the idea that these fairy tales, these old stories, are timeless because of what the story is. The fact that anyone would think to redo the movie in the first place is because the original was loved by people. Like, why would you think that we're going to choose this movie to remake? But everybody hates it, so let's change it.
What?
About what is the sort of timeless truth that allowed that story to be older than our country, much, much older than our country. And I think that what the fairy tale is actually about is something that it's so foreign to us because we live in a world where we can't talk about reality at all. And we haven't been able to talk about reality forever. But there is in the original writing, it's not even a stepmother. It's actually her mother.
Oh, wow.
And even the Grimm version changed that between their original publication and their later publications because it just felt too harsh. But that is, but the
So Snow White would be I always mix up Cinderella and Snow White. So Snow White was because I always think about the evil stepmother, and then I think about the ball. Did Cinderella have the evil stepmother as well? Is that where I get them confused? I don't know.
The ancient fairy tale is the mother, and what the story is about is the very common phenomenon that every parent feels, that over time your children replace you. And so the mother gained notoriety or attention or security through her beauty. Mm-hmm. And now her daughter possesses more beauty than she.
Now her daughter possesses more beauty than she. That's Kevin Hart could have played Grumpy. Yo, that would be lit. I would definitely go see that movie if they had live action different race dwarves. I mean, I'm down with that. Kevin Hart is a killer. Mike said, "Who wanted to kill Snow White? It wasn't a man. It was another woman jealous of her beauty." How fitting! How fitting! Exactly what he is saying right at this moment.
Through her beauty. And now her daughter possesses more beauty than she. And, if you have a son, I don't, but if you're the father of a son, it's a very common thing that people don't talk much about. When your son brings home the beautiful girl for prom when he's 17, the father feels some pride, sure. But he also feels some despair because until now, he's been the one that women look to.
Wow. I'd never heard that before. I don't think we have any men with grown boys, do we? That's very interesting. Very, very interesting.
And now the son is, and it's a common tragedy in life, but it's a beautiful tragedy that over time our children replace us. And in our generation where we live now, we won't even have kids for fear of missing out on any piece of life. The idea that we could be replaced by our kids, that part of our job is to take all of our, not values, although that too, but our value and impart that value into the future by creating replacements for ourselves. That's what Snow White is about.
Beautifully said. This is the kind of thing that makes me want to or feel like I can trust somebody like him. That he's not just spitting out talking points. He's thinking about this in a much deeper way. And even though it's just Snow White, it's just another Disney movie. You can make it matter. The things that you think don't matter, you can make them matter by just caring. Shout out to Stephanie Miller. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Said exactly. Women do more damage to each other than men ever will. I said shit. Dilly to that. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that clip, check out the full live stream link in the bio and catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you there.